Hi, everybody, and welcome back. It's episode 25.
Happy holidays, folks.
Yeah, happy holidays. So this week...
It's episode 25 of 2025.
Wow.
Almost.
That's pretty awesome.
Almost at December 25.
True. Very close.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Well,
Numbers are in alignment.
Mm-hmm. So this week's title is Comfort Never Builds Character, and Why the Hardest Seasons Create the Strongest Versions of Ourselves.
Yep.
So that's the topic to go along with the holidays, because obviously it can be a challenging time.
A lot of people are going through it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought we should at least address a bit of that.
Mm-hmm. And usually expectations are high, emotions run deeper. There's so many things that are extra that are going on in life with the holidays. So just because the holidays are here, life doesn't pause, so you have to keep moving forward.
Well, people are trying their best to, sort of put the daily struggles of life aside and enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
This is a difficult year for it because so many people are transitioning from work, from there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
And we are definitely in a challenging economy globally.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So, the people are really, they have to really work hard to keep the spirits up this year. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So today we're going to talk about what we've already touched on, why comfort never built character, and why the hardest seasons, especially during the holidays, often create the hardest and strongest versions of ourselves.
Smooth seas never made a skillful sailor.
Yep, very true. So the first question is, why do the holidays tend to highlight both comfort and struggle at the same time? Or do you think that's true?
What I would say is basically the holidays, I think, is a time where we take stock of where we are. And, I think it puts extra pressure on us to spend, to entertain, to be good to, if you have children, I'm sure that's an added, incentive there to basically get the children what they need or what they want. So I think the holidays really, it just adds that extra pressure because you want otherwise what are you existing for? It's not just work and school and priority. You live for the holidays. So if you can't make it special, that puts a lot of people in a tailspin.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And if you can't do what you always do, it would be tough for people this year if they couldn't do that again.
Well, for kids, I know for us growing up, we didn't have much, but our mom, she always made sure that JP and I had a special Christmas. Oh yeah, Christmas was, we didn't know, we thought we were rich, silly boys. But but honestly, mom would just make it special. Mm-hmm. And so
meaning decorating, Christmas tree,
the food,
meals.
It was
crazy.
Yeah, it was. She always did that. That was her thing too, right? And we always had people over and stuff. So yeah, for sure. That's what I know. So I imagine a lot of families now are probably doing the same thing for their family. Mm-hmm. So if you can't do as much, that's hard.
Yeah, I'm sure, because if you have to scale things back or you can't buy as many things as what you normally would, or...
Well, that's the one time of the year where you really have to try to give this your
special.
That's special. you have to get them something.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of making, their Christmas special. So if you can't, or if you're experiencing hardships
that would break my heart if I couldn't do that.
Of course,
if I had kids, and I couldn't do that, I'd be like, oh, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, so it's a really difficult thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hot Wheels. I'm telling you, they're totally affordable and they fit into a stocking.
True.
Yeah, fit into stocking stuffers.
Or you could do a bunch of them, and there you go.
Yep.
Hours of entertainment.
Exactly.
Okay, so question 2. Why does comfort rarely lead to growth or lasting fulfillment?
Okay.
So
there's a second part to that.
How staying comfortable can quietly limit who we're capable of becoming.
Okay, well, the whole idea, and I learned this the hard way, right? Because, growing up, and going through the school system, like we did, we were almost taught that, your whole idea is to go to school, then go to university, then get a job, and then you buy a house, a white picket fence, and you you were sold this idea that comfort is the destination.
Mm-hmm.
But you see anyone who has a really, fulfilling life, and they're out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff every day and pushing the envelope and growing.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, comfort is fine. If you were back in the 40s and 50s, you could pretty well have,
Yeah, it's a different time.
It's a different time. I don't think comfort really...
I don't think there is comfort anymore.
I don't think there is. Even if you're totally wealthy, if you're a billionaire, that usually comes with so much stress because you've got to actually maintain that. That doesn't run on its own, right? So comfort for who? I don't, maybe small babies, but once you are able to walk and talk and function, your life takes on a whole new meaning of, I don't believe it's comfortable. I think it's of learning. I think it's of learning, adapting, and the quicker you get this, then there's always something else. Quicker you get that, then there's always something else.
Yeah.
And the more you grow, the more you actually do, then the easier your life becomes. What's the saying? Difficult choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life.
Yeah. So.
What do you think? I mean, because you do the hard stuff. Like, no one has to tell you. You actually...
Yeah,
nobody
is my cheerleader, but I still do.
No, I cheer for you.
You
like
do.
I'm like, hey, you get it, girl.
He's like, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but you go hard. But let me ask you this though, like, you don't necessarily have to work as hard as you do. Why do you do that? Is
I think that's just part of my makeup.
Yeah,
I do. So.
Because you're the only person I've ever met who basically will work and then invent work.
No, I don't invent work.
There's more to do. If you ask, people think basically that I'm like some kind of whipping boy telling you, this is who she is, dudes. Like she is totally self-motivated, and that's just her thing.
Well,
work has always been your thing.
Yeah, you have to be if you work for yourself.
Yeah, but before you worked for yourself, you were like that.
No, I've always... Yeah. That's just my nature.
Yeah, good find.
Yay, Nixanta.
Yay, Nixanta. Yeah, we blessed. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Okay, so question 3. How do the hardest seasons, especially around the holidays, shape character? Why challenge during emotionally charged times often leads the deepest impact?
So I'm gonna take a stab at this one.
Okay.
One thing I've learned... in terms of challenges, we're not strangers to challenges. We've experienced our fair share of challenges.
Correct.
What I've learned with challenges, though, is that if you face it head on, you actually grow.
Yeah.
No matter the outcome. You have to. If you show up, you're gonna get to the next stage. It's if you don't show up or you shirk your responsibility.
Or you just freeze.
Or you freeze.
Or you don't do anything.
Or you lie about it. Like basically just, you make excuses. That's when you're screwed. Mm-hmm.
It's you have to be accountable.
You have to be accountable.
I think that's the key.
That is the, I think, quintessential skill development that you basically have to hone. Mm-hmm. Is accountability and showing up for everything, no matter how bad it is. Yeah. You just keep showing up. Because, I'd like to think I'm not stupid, but I'm certainly not a rocket scientist either. I mean, I'm fairly intelligent guy, but I'd say my superpower is I show up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I show up.
I would agree.
You know, I show up for like whatever I have to deal with. I've never been a shirker. You've never been a shirker either.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes I think you should shirk. I was like, where you going? Why you know that? You sure you want to go there? He's like, yep, I gotta go. 9 o'clock, I gotta go. All right. Okay, I guess I'll go with you. You know? But that is a superpower.
Yeah.
On
Because
its
a lot
own.
of people can't do that.
A lot of people don't. They don't want to. They'd rather deal with the repercussions of not showing up, right? Because it's really a temporary fix, and usually when you don't show up to something that could be solved by basically, because what's the worst thing that can happen? Okay, we got to fix this, right? This has to. We have to do something about this.
Yeah.
It's like. If you don't show up, though, the problem itself is not going to go away, and chances are it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, it'll be magnified.
It'll be magnified.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Okay. And question 4. Can hardship actually be a gift in disguise? What tough moments teach us that the easy seasons do not?
Well, the thing is that, life is not supposed to be easy. No. I don't think it was ever easy for any generation before us.
No.
Going back for hundreds of years, I mean, when, the caveman had to go out and, hunt and gather, and he was fighting saber-toothed tigers, I mean, and you look at, I learned so much from feeding the squirrels. Our bunnies have it easy, but, the squirrels, you see them, they show up every morning and they literally have to go out, and especially in this weather, and forage every single day for food. They have to go and literally find
they don't
food.
have a choice.
They don't have a choice. There's no grocery store. There's no,
squirrel grocery store.
There's no squirrel grocery store. They have to go out there and do whatever they have to do to feed themselves and to live, and the birds the same thing. And so when humans complain, it almost seems ridiculous, because it's a nature, it's a law of nature that you have to go out and make a living.
Make a way.
Yeah, make a way and find a way. So I think hardship is a part of it. I don't think anyone could basically just sit on their laurels and expect to have any kind of fruitful life. I don't care who you are. I think the we make life either really, really difficult or we make it doable. And it's what you tell yourself.
Yeah.
It's what you feed. It's, it's which wolf do you feed? Right? So I think really the people who sort of, adopt an attitude of, this is basically painful, but it's the only way I'm going to grow. It's the only way I'm going to become capable.
Yeah, and the hardships make you appreciate life and the good times.
The hard stuff makes you better, makes you worth knowing, makes you someone of value.
Yeah, somebody of character.
Somebody of character. If you haven't done anything, and if you don't stand up for anything, and if you don't mean anything, and if you are of no value, you're probably useless to most people. And that's just what I've seen. Right? So the hard stuff is what actually makes you who you are, and worth learning from, being around, and interacting with. Right?
Okay, question 5. How does overcoming difficult periods build resilience and confidence? Why surviving hard times proves to us that we're stronger than we think.
Well, so here's the thing, right? I think that, the universe sort of is responsible. At the end of the day, I think, man on his own, intelligent being, thinking being. But I think the symmetry in the way the world functions, I don't think man is that responsible. I think it's more the universe. And I think what the universe says, to a certain extent, just putting it very simplistically, is that if you actually go out there and try, if you actually go out there and show up and do something and become good, and then I'm going to basically help you along the way, right? I think the universe, it sees everything. right? Sure. Like you can't just wake up one day and basically say, I'm gonna go play baseball and start basically hitting home runs. But if you've been doing it, since you were a small kid, and you've been practicing it, and it's what you want, and all of your, I mean, at the end of the day, basically we're all atoms and protons banging against each other. But when you actually, hit that stride, right, and the universe and everything is in sync and everything is aligned, I think that's when you're going to basically, be the most effective. But you have to go through the grind. Like you literally have to put the work in. You have to be bounced around, and that's tough. It's a difficult road, that one.
Yeah, and out of that you get stronger.
Yeah, nothing.
And you get more confident because you're like, oh, if I got through that thing,
been through it,
and I never knew I could get through that.
Yeah.
Whatever that could be for somebody.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, okay, it'll work out.
Yeah, that is like, it may sound simple, but at the end of the day, basically, we're not here forever. No. It's like, so people who basically try to live in the dark or don't want, who want to avoid any type of, adversity, they're going to get to the end of their life and they're going to realize that they've never grown as a person, because the only place you get growth is actually dealing with the adversity. Dealing with the hardship. Most of the people that we watch on television or in movies or, rock stars or, idols, so to speak, or, celebrities, there's a silly word, but celebrities, they're the ones actually who's showing up for us, and we are living vicariously through them.
Yeah.
They're not shying away from controversy, they're not shying away from adversity, they're not shying away from challenges. They're the ones that we look at and go, oh my gosh, if I could only do what they can do, and I admire you because you're so brave. Well, you can be brave too.
Yeah,
it's a decision.
You don't have to be, exactly.
It's a decision.
You don't have to be a celebrity to be brave.
You don't have to be a celebrity to be brave. You could decide, hey, this is how I want to live my life, accountable and with a set of I call them I have a code. I know you have a code, right? And you just adopt a set of rules or a set of guidelines for yourself, and you could basically live whatever existence you want. But it takes discipline.
Yeah.
That doesn't come from partying every night or drinking your face off, or you do that when you're young. I mean, when we were younger, we were all out there.
Yeah,
all hours of the morning.
Time.
Yeah, it was a long. Let's not age ourselves, but it was a while, and it was fun too. Don't get me wrong. I wish that never ended, but hey, if you want to accomplish something, you gotta put down the bottle, and you gotta go to sleep.
Focused,
you gotta get that 9 hours of sleep.
I do appreciate the sleep.
I do appreciate the times though, because they teach you about yourself.
Yeah.
And they teach you what you want, and they teach you what you're willing to do for what you want. And I really don't think, if you don't go through even that period, who you actually come back to is not as interesting. I think, I'm not saying go out there and be doing all this bad stuff, but I think you have to bend the rules in order to not break them down the road.
True. Okay. Question 6.
Six.
What mindset shifts help us grow instead of break during challenging seasons? So reframing a struggle as training rather than a punishment, perhaps?
Well, yeah, there's that. But I think there's a Anthony Robbins, he actually did some research, and most of his teachings are based, I can't remember what it's called over the top of my head, but it's a psychological practice where you basically, and I'm just going to paraphrase this, you convince your brain that the hard stuff is actually the easy stuff.
Yeah, you do the hard stuff.
You do the hard stuff first, and you grow to love the hard stuff.
Yeah.
You can condition yourself to love the hard stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, it's that simple. It's a shift in how you approach your life. The stuff you don't like, we wrote a blog about it on the weekend. I get up, I feed the pigeons, I feed the squirrels, I feed the bunnies. You usually feed the kitty cat. I feed the Blue Jays. I feed the Cardinals. You know, it's a whole dance in the morning, and they're there. They're like,
and they're waiting.
They're waiting.
Like, hello.
They're waiting, right? You're like, you got a friend. You got a friend. Like, you know. So, to me, that actually it makes me feel good because I know the day they got ahead, and I know if I could make their day a little bit easier by doing that stuff for them. Yeah. Then it's not all just drudgery, and it's easy for you and I to give that. Yeah. Right?
Exactly. And they're so appreciative. Oh, well, the squirrels. I can't speak for the birds.
Well, the bunnies and the squirrels and the kitty cat. They're also appreciative. Yeah. I mean, because, you know, at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're saying, I feel you struggle, and I want to help you. I want to help you out. Yeah. You know, there's a practical zoo back there every day, you know, but it's a wonderful feeling. Yeah. You know, but the thing is, I'm appreciating what they have to go through. And so what does it take me to wake up that much earlier and do all of that in the morning for them? Yeah. And then my day has so much more meaning because I get to do it all over again the next day. We've been doing it, for 2 years now? Yeah. About 2 years.
The animals are expanding.
Yeah, and we've seen generations. Whitetail and pretty squirrel. Yeah, we've seen generations. And like
whitetail 2.0, and then I guess in the spring it'll be 5G.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, but they recognize us because I've got these young squirrels running right up and running up my leg, and you do as well. Yeah. So
yeah, but it's true. If you refocus the hard things as the important things to do, and
you prioritize
do them first,
the difficult.
Then later, when you don't have as much energy, you can do the stuff that's easier.
You set yourself up for a much easier road. Yeah. And you get good at the hard stuff, then the easy stuff is a breeze. Yeah.
And question 7. How can the lessons learned during hard seasons carry into the new year?
Okay. Well, I mean, there's a couple of ways I could answer this, but I'm gonna take the part that sort of resonates with me the most, right? And that is that we need leaders now.
Yeah,
we need leaders.
Big time.
We need leaders.
We need leaders in everything.
In everything.
Just like in every industry.
In every aspect, we need people to actually stand up, and I mean, if you're going to stand up, please have some idea that you know what you're talking about. Yes. But we need people to take the reins because we have enough followers. Yeah. You know, we need people to go out there, step out into the light. You're going to get crucified. That's just
but
part of it.
If you didn't.
You're going to get hated on. You're going to get, scrutinized. You're going to get, theoretically stoned, like today's version of stoning. But if you stick at it long enough, and it starts to take form, you're gonna basically be allowed to lead. You just don't give up, because at the end of the day, like, without leaders in this system, it doesn't work.
No, especially with the way everything's changing too now.
Yeah,
it's just too much change.
Well, you
need good, solid leaders. That are decent.
The institutional infrastructure, which has guided us through generations, is no longer as relevant as it was. There's a changing of the guard. So you had a lot of old established businesses that they don't necessarily compute with this generation, these new generations coming up. They're doing things differently. So fundamentally, you have a Mexican standoff. Like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to work, for 40, 50 years for $50,000, $60,000 a year. That's nonsense. I could go on the internet and I could, start a company and make $1 billion in 3 years. I think I'll do that. Yeah. So really, there's no status quo. There's no quid pro quo. There's a lot of confusion going on. So you need people basically to go out and say, well, hey, you know what? I see what your point is. I see what your point was. Maybe we can meet in the middle, and let's basically find a way to work this out so that everybody benefits. Yeah. That's what you need.
You need a good mediator.
You need a good mediator. You need a connector.
Yeah. That's the better word.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because, you'll have people in every industry or every company, and they're at odds with their viewpoints. So they need somebody that can help mesh them so that it's win-win.
Yeah, the thing is that I've noticed is basically I see all of these organizations, institutions, and sort of bodies trying to fit the old way into today.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what you do. This is how we've done it for the past 50, 100 years. Well, guess what? You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't
Since
matter.
COVID, everything has changed.
Yeah.
Okay? So somebody has to come up with smarter, newer ways of doing things. Otherwise, we're all screwed.
Yeah. And you have to learn to appreciate everybody's viewpoint and take it into account.
Yeah, and then,
because that's how you get a better idea.
Trial and error. It's like they used to say Facebook, break things. Things are going to break. Things are going to not work out. But you have to forge a way forward.
Yeah.
Right? And you do that by basically taking the reins, figuring it out, meeting of the minds, finding out, hey, D-Money, what do you think? How should we approach this? What should we do with this?
And because everybody's got an
insight and a skill set, and absolutely. So you work together as a collective in order to forge a way forward. But you can't just basically say, yeah, well, we've always done it this way. Well, guess what?
Yeah. You're going to go down fast.
You're going to go down fast.
Too fast.
Yeah.
Especially today.
Yeah, there'll just be D-Money working all the jobs. one person just, ooh. Hey, you be a cat now, I'm busy. Don't you have a Hot Wheels to go buy? Actually, I gotta show people.
Sure, go ahead.
This one I'm gonna post tomorrow morning.
Okay.
It's the Christmas sleigh.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Get a little closer because I can get. Ooh, it's nice.
Yeah, posting that one tomorrow. Okay,
so that's our podcast. So
yeah, that's. We're gonna have one more for New Year's.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's another Friday.
Will you be back by then from your parents?
Yeah, I'm not going to be gone that long.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've got to figure that out this weekend.
Yeah.
But my brother's got to come back for work, so I'll probably come back with him.
Cool.
So, yeah, there'll be one.
Yeah.
Give or take
New
a day.
New Year's. New Year's Eve. We'll definitely do one for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for whoever has looked at this, the one person or two people. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we so appreciate you. But, I have so much fun doing it. I know Dee does as well. It's our opportunity to basically, for me, it's just to sort of relax, chill, and just have a nice conversation with my bestie, as well as all you guys. So yeah, it's super cool, and we're looking forward to having an awesome year, continuing this, because I think it's fun, and I think it's great.
Yeah,
and
it's a good way to round out the week. I think
good way to just to talk and just express some ideas and stuff like that. I always feel lighter after this.
Yeah.
So I know I know good stuff is coming from it for me anyway. So
yeah, I feel the same, and hopefully other people that are struggling right now, just you hang in with it and you just stay positive and keep moving forward.
Just keep moving forward. Like bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah. That's
exactly how how much you can handle. Like, just take some big risks. Now's the time. Now's the time to take. Like last year, we knew nothing about a podcast.
Nope.
We knew
that was very daunting.
Yeah,
for me, because I was like, ooh.
it's like what didn't we do? We just jumped right in.
Yeah.
Right.
And because I was all caught up with, you got to edit it all properly.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't happen.
No.
This is it.
This is
uncut.
it. Yeah.
Sorry if it's not good that way, but
no. This is just two people basically.
I don't have time to edit it, and I don't think it's right to either.
Well, I don't. I think this is all about authenticity.
Yeah.
I think this is just basically you and I having a sort of a dialogue with whoever is willing to give us the half an hour or whatever of their time. So and like I said, I love it. I'm so glad we chose to do it, and we're gonna basically do more next year. Hopefully we'll have some guests.
Yeah, we got a couple people. I just gotta firm up when they're available.
When they're available, so yeah, look out for that. You guys might be seeing guests soon, but
but for now it's just
keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay. Have a great holiday.
Have a great holiday. Be safe. All right. and we'll see you guys at the end of the year.
Okay. Take care.
Ciao.